Alright, welcome back to Sonic Unleashed. In the last video, we played through my least favorite stage in the game, and now we're gonna go fight a boss battle. It's not a great boss battle, it's just a boss battle. I don't really have much to complain about this boss. It's certainly one of the most unique bosses, I suppose. I have said multiple times how the Werehog probably has the best bosses in the game. While that is true, it doesn't mean every single one of them is a winner. There's more kind of like meh bosses than like, yeah, this boss is really good. The farther I get away from when I recorded these videos, the more I just have no idea what I'm actually trying to do in this section. So, let's get that boss over and done with. So, this is the Dark Guardian. His boss is kind of a puzzle boss. We can't really attack him that much. We can attack him and stun him. And that's about it. There's some Sun and Moon medals hidden throughout here. Not that big a deal. He also spawns enemies, which are their only real purpose here is to move the blocks that are in this area closer to where we started. But what we have to do is we have to move these blocks over just in front of us. What you want to do is you want to stun him while you're doing this. That's the only real reason that he can be stunned, is so that he can leave you alone while you're pushing these. Because he's going to try and get in your way. He's going to hit you like that. He can knock the blocks back, like he's demonstrating here. What we want to do is just hit him 3 or so times. He'll get stunned, and then we can get on out of here. It's an interesting boss. It's a cool concept, I guess, for a boss, but I'd much rather... I think this boss would have been way cooler if we could have fought him, like, one-on-one. Because, you know, he looks like a cool dude. He's got a big hammer. But there's not a whole lot of just fighting him straight up. And then that just takes damage from him. Like, the way that you truly damage him, you don't even need to lay your fingers on him. And yeah, I don't know what happens if these other blocks get pushed into where Sonic started out. I don't know if that has a negative effect for Sonic, or maybe if it heals him. That'd be kind of dumb, but these guys are trying to push them to the other side. Actually, I think they just kind of stay there and you can get them out. Like, you can just grab them out of the little, I guess, trench that they're in. I love how fast he walks with that one. I think this boss would have been better if this stuns him doing those. Pushing these blocks into the his trench would stun him, and then you can attack him, just so that the way that you actually defeat him has something to do with you attacking him. Otherwise, it's just kind of lame. So what I'm trying to do here is get this guy out of here, which I'm forgetting how to do. And now he's attacking me, which I've never seen those attacks before. So let's get him out of here once again. Yeah, you gotta get behind it somehow and then push it back up. But sometimes there's like an invisible wall where you're at, so it's not the easiest thing in the world to get behind it. That's like the only thing in this fight that can kind of trip me up. I feel like this guy doesn't even need a hammer, like he barely uses it. This guy's such a waste of a boss. Like I said, it's a cool concept, but there's nothing, they don't really do anything with it. Which is a lot of things in Sonic Unleashed. Cool concept, but they don't do anything with it, or they don't utilize it to its fullest extent. We could probably... Oh, Jesus. That was dumb. We could probably get this out of here without having to attack him. Or maybe not. Because sometimes you move faster than he can attack. And yeah, the enemies are like almost not even kind of a threat. The only thing that they're good for in this section is to push the blocks to the other direction. They're not in any danger of actually hurting you. This is the only like really cool part of the fight, and I didn't even get it to happen. What can happen there is I think if you let him go, you can initiate a QuickTime event with him, which looks really neat, but of course we didn't get it to happen because this is Sonic Unleashed and nothing fun can ever occur in this game. So let's go ahead and restore another continent, why not? You know what? I'm shocked that Sonic Team or Sega or whatever have never released like hard candies shaped like Chaos Emeralds, like Ring Pops or something like that. That'd be pretty cool. I'd buy them, and they'd probably taste like garbage though. So now we can get on out of here. Here's fake Rebecca Chang again. I think this is the last time. Brenda. So let's give her some info. Give her a scoop. We met up with her in Spagonia. Oh, I don't know. It's the Chaos Emerald ones are always the ones that I get wrong. Oh, I got that one right. What a scoop. Don't know. Have no clue, lady. I don't memorize them. Dark Guardian, that one's easy. We literally just fought him. I mean, I could be paying attention in the cutscenes to see what color the Chaos Emeralds are, but I just don't care that much. He can see the future. I can see the future! Nope, got that one wrong again. So I'm just answering them all wrong now because I want to get out of there and try another option. I've tried 2 of 3, so it's gotta be 1 now. So, obviously it has to be yellow. Dark Guardian. Spagonia. And that one's green. He's actually a she. Sonic! I identify as an attack helicopter! That's why he's so attached to the tornado. It all makes sense now. So let's head over to Professor Pickle's office and see where he suggests we go to now. Hey, Chip. Oh, Adabat. Oh, yeah, that's the name of it. Adabat. Adabat's a pretty cool level, but I always forget the name of it. It's like the one that I can never remember. So, we're good here. We don't really need any more info from Professor Pickle. Let's just head to Adabat and do a daytime stage. The last daytime stage, I think. Yeah, it's the last normal daytime stage, so fun times. We're nearing the end of our Sonic Unleashed journey, our Sonic World adventure. But it doesn't mean that we're out of the woods with Sonic content yet. I may or may not have just... I don't know. Maybe I did a Let's Play of Sonic Mania and that'll come out in November. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I did, and there will be one in November, so that's going to be fun. I enjoyed myself a lot doing that game, way more than I have throughout the entirety of this one, so... yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe there's Sonic Mania. I'm very excited for Sonic Forces. I was talking to my friend the other day, and I was saying how I said this before too, but how I'm more excited for Sonic Forces than I am for Sonic Mania. Just because of the fact that, like, with a Mario game, you know it's going to be playable, you know it's going to be a good game. But with Sonic games, there's always that 50-50 shot, and that's always exciting. And you know, I kinda like Sonic more than Mario. I like Sonic as a concept more than Mario. In terms of execution, Mario has had way more good games. But also, as I've said before, Sonic also isn't like... I don't think he has as many bad games as people think. There was only that one little chunk in that one period of time, starting with Shadow, and then 06, and then Secret Rings, and then it got better again with Black Knight, even though it's not an amazing game. And then this game fixed things a little bit, and then Colors fixed things entirely. Then Generations was pretty much perfect. Lost World was a step back, but it still wasn't a bad game. Here's another blurb. Did you know that Eggman is actually Sonic's real father? I love that. That's an option there that is just absolutely amazing. Eggman is my real dad? But yeah, then Sonic Boom happened, and while yes, that is a very bad game, that is not a real Sonic game. That was not made by Sonic Team. That was made by another team entirely, so I don't count that as one of the bad Sonic games, because it's really not. Also, why is there just a black screen? Oh, okay, there we go. So we finished Brenda's blurb. That's all of those are done now, which is kind of neat, I guess. We finished one side quest, and that's the only one we'll do, other than the one that makes Sonic float, as he is doing right now. So this is a nice area. We've already been here, but it's probably one of my favorite to look at visually. I don't think there's anything for me to do up here. I've already shown where the area that I want to go to is, but we didn't have enough Sun and Moon medals last time. Hopefully that is not the case this time. I'm still looking for Sun and Moon medals. I think I forgot that I picked them up here last time. That's where the boss will be, and over here is what you need to find. Excuse me, 24? Oh my god, I'd rather drown myself than collect 24 moon medals and sun medals. So that grinding took about 2 hours. That was not fun. That was miserable, and is one of those things that, you know, why I remember why I dislike this game quite a bit at certain points, because that grinding is no good. However, this Atabat stage is a lot of fun, but was also one of those where I had a lot of trouble recording it and getting like a good run of this level. So this is like take maybe 10, where I just wanted to get a good looking run of this level, and I think this one turned out pretty good, but there are still a few parts in this level that kill me no matter what, which is kind of nonsense, because, you know, there are other games like Colors and Generations in this same style where I can do them perfectly. You know, I can get all S ranks, I can get through the levels without dying, but this game has some sections that are so nonsensical that you, like, have to die in them, and I'll point them out when we get to them. Some of the areas in this game, and in this level in particular, are my fault for dying at, but there are other parts that are like, this is designed so poorly that there's no option but to die here. Also, this level runs like shit in certain areas. Just like Empire City, that's another section where they want you to drift, but I would absolutely recommend not doing so, because the drift will more than likely send you off that cliff. Feeling good! I'm so glad they got rid of all his dumb noises in the game, like, woo! Yeah! Feeling good! So this is when the game starts to run like absolute garbage, is when you're going through these forests and these fighter jet things are also trying to attack you. The game, it just forgets how to run properly. And it's really a shame, because this part probably would have looked really cool if it wasn't shitting itself. So these water parts are the parts that are really annoying. Again, they want you to drift, but I don't think drifting is a good idea at all. There are these towers that are falling over. Sometimes they'll have pieces of it that fall off and hit you. Like this part, I do not know how to dodge that. There's no good way to dodge that. Every single time I recorded that level, I died in that same part over and over again. The only way I can think of is you're supposed to jump over it at a certain point, but it still doesn't do anything to help. You can still just get hit by it. Even if you're still moving forward, if you just touch it, you just die. It's so dumb. Move all the way over to the right or over to the left and try and dodge it. That's the only way I've seen to clear that area. But it's such nonsense. I hate that. Okay, this guy wasn't the last one in Empire City, so there's this guy here. And then after this guy, we don't ever see this guy ever again. Technically until Sonic Colors, because there's kind of an enemy like this in that game. But as long as you keep boosting, this guy will never hurt you. He's like the least of my worries in this stage. There's still a whole bunch of nonsense left. This is another area where this was my fault. Well, okay, it's a mixture of my fault and the game's fault. I didn't align Sonic properly, so that was my fault that I went over to the right. However, it's also the game's fault because Sonic controls so slippery. If Sonic wasn't so slippery and if he was a little bit tighter in the controls, I would have been able to align him properly, so there's that. That's a mixture of me and the game's fault. I had a couple deaths in that very part that we just went through where it launches you back out into the water. One of the deaths I had, Sonic just kind of stopped running for some reason. Even though I was pressing the boost button, Sonic stopped moving forward in a fast manner and would just drown. So there was some nonsense that happened in this level that made me not enjoy my time through here very much. Feeling good. I can't even hear the game audio right now. I just assume when he's saying feeling good. There, I heard that one. I heard that feeling good. Yeah, this level's really cool, and this is I think a worthy final boost level level. I don't know what the word just came out of my mouth were. Final normal Sonic stage. That's all I needed to say. Now, here was another example of Sonic being slippery. Not quite my fault, not quite the game's fault. That was a kind of a mixture. So yeah, no matter what, even though I tried to get a really good run-through of this level, I just couldn't get it without dying, so... See there, I almost did the same thing again because of how gosh darn slippery he is. I'm very excited to see how Sonic controls and forces. Hopefully it's more like Generations and less like this game. That would be a nightmare if it was more like this game. Because they finally nailed the boost controls and colors in Generations, and I would hate for them to take a step backwards. And yeah, I guess we're gonna have to say goodbye to this kind of gameplay for a while, because the normal levels are done after this, I think. Unless there's something weird in the next video that I'm just not remembering. But, oh, there's a boss, but that's about it. The normal levels are pretty much done from here on out. We had the last normal Werehog level, which was in the last video. And this is the last normal daytime stage, so we are nearing the end here. Thank God. The sooner I finish this one, the sooner I can get to Mania, and the sooner we get to Sonic Forces when that game comes out. But I'll probably wait a few months after that game comes out, just because I don't like doing games immediately. Ow. This also killed me one of the times where that guy shot something at me in midair while I was jumping towards him and he killed me. So you just gotta time that correctly and, you know, he won't be a problem. And hey, there you go. End of the level, finally. We're done with the Werehog and the daytime stages. All we have left is a boss, and then hopefully we can beat the game. So, that's it for this video. Join me next time where we fight the final normal boss of the game.